Yes, my sports to the bone people. Gather here, gather here. I tell you, my Caribbean people know exactly what I'm talking about. Back in Jamaica on Saturday morning, whenever you go to the market, you would hear the ladies sitting down on the roadside selling and saying, gather here, mother here, father here, gather here. Come over here. Everybody start gather up to look what is for sale. Well, we're gathering here for West Indies cricket. You know it go already, my viewers and subscribers, but it feels like it's really torture to us, but we still end up doing it all the time, We still end up coming back for more. We're going to talk a little bit about this second test that's coming up between West Indies and India. You know, I was doing some reading earlier today and I saw where they are saying reports coming out of India is that the pitch will be a bit more, well, the pitch that they're going to be playing on it's going to be a bit more batting friendly. I mean, the first one we saw what happened, India make over 400 hard batting once and it wasn't really friendly according to them. But I mean, I guess they're saying that things are going to be a bit more even between bat and ball. Right, so our batsmen might stand a better chance. I don't know if they are saying this to drive interest, so people will actually watch it to see if we are really going to do much. So we'll talk a little bit about what they had to say about the pitch, you know, a little early pitch report and the history where that pitch is concerned there in Delhi. Also, we're going to be talking West Indies playing 11 and batting order. You know, when they have a 2-match series, boy, I tell you, especially when they're going up against a strong team, you don't really want to make a lot of changes. You want to man them which that played in the first game to try and see if they can, you know, see that they already wet their feet, see if they can find a way to cope instead of baptizing another set of players or another couple of players for the second game. So we're going to talk a little bit on that. It's probably the same playing 11 that I had for the first game. You understand? So just give a listen here and you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Alright, my people, so this second game here starting midnight tonight will be in Delhi, right? It will be played in the game will be played in Delhi, and based on some reading that I was doing earlier, it is known for helping batters, right? It's known for helping batters. I mean, the first game we saw what happened, they had some grass on the pitch and, you know, their bowlers just ran through us. It is known for helping batters, you know, but one thing, even though it is known for helping batters, that it's known for helping them early in the game, and then it will slow down, right? So that's what the report said that I was looking at it. You know, it will help the batters early on in the game, and then it's going to slow down somewhat, right? Which will bring the spinners into play. I don't know how fast it's going to slow down, you know, if we're going to end up getting to their spinners. But that is what they are saying, you know. It will be good for batters early and then, you know. So I don't know what sort of what our captain's gonna do if we win the toss, but we'll see. Right. It's also known for quicker outfield, right? The outfield is quick based on the report that I saw, and, you know, shorter boundaries, right? I was looking at the ESPN Cricket Info website, and, you know, I saw the report there. So they are saying that, you know, shorter boundaries and the outfield is usually quick. So that is something that our batsmen will be looking forward to. You know, hopefully it's not hopefully it don't end up being our downfall. Hopefully it's not a case where we believe we can turn it into T20 and just try to hit every ball to the boundary, because I realize that our guys, if they're not hitting boundaries, they don't feel comfortable, and that's not how Test cricket works. You understand? Obviously, you have to put away the bad balls, yes, but, you know, it don't necessarily mean that you're going, you know, need to be rotating the strike. And that's why sometimes our guys, they are known to get in the 20s, you know. That's one thing. Our players, they are known to get in the 20s. That is why most of them averaging them in the low to mid 20s. And when a man score 20, when you look 4 fours out of the 20, you understand? 4 fours out of the 20, that was 16, and then probably a couple single here and there, and then you see quite a few dot balls, and then they get out. So hopefully, even though it might be tempting, we can be careful. So that's the main thing that I saw on the pitch report here, that it's usually friendly to the batters earlier on in the game, but the spinners will end up coming in the latter stages. So we are definitely looking forward to seeing how the guys will perform on that. And the outfield is quick. Fielders definitely will have to make sure they are on their P's and Q's, make sure that they are doing everything right. So yeah, that is where that is concerned. Now, in terms of the playing 11, there is not a lot to choose from, and I still don't want to make a lot of changes. You understand? The playing 11 that we used in the first game, I think only one player. So it was only one player different from what I wanted. I like Yuan Lane as a player, but I was thinking that with Anderson Phillip being around the team so long, and us not having the two Josephs, it would have been a good time to introduce him. I don't know. I don't think he's injured or anything. So I have him coming in, right? So he's coming in. So I would have him, Seals, Greaves, and then the two spinners with Chase. You understand? They say the spinners will come into play later on. So we'll see how that works. But we need enough guys out there to bat. The problem is, I see Sammy is trying to set up the team like how most people would want it, or even like how I would want it, where you have 5 to 6 out and out batsmen, right? Or 5 out and out batsmen. You have a good all-rounder, and then you have your bowlers, and you fit your wicketkeeper in the mix, right? So I understand that I like to have specialist players playing specialist roles. I've always said that I don't like the idea of having 2 or 3 all-rounders in my test team. The only way that's supposed to happen is if you are Jack Callis, Ben Stokes, or Jason Holder when he was really and truly firing. If you can make the team as a bowler or as a batsman, I have no problem with that, right? But I believe in guys, specialist guys going out there and really, so when things don't go wrong or when things go right, you can say, yes man, this is the reason, or this is what we need to shift or change or whatever. So yeah, so saying that to say, I'm bringing in Anderson Phillip to work with the other batsmen with the batsmen that we used in the first game. It didn't work out the way in which they got out. You could really and truly understand if somebody want to drop them, but you understand we already lost the first game. Those guys basically test the waters already, or taste it, right? So we probably want to go with them still. So we have the 2 same openers, as much as I really and truly don't really I am not convinced. I am not convinced by them, but I guess it's what we have. So we go with them still. We have Alec and Brandon King. They're the same. Raston Chase and Shea Hope, along with Justin Graves. And then, as I said, I have the bowlers, the Warwick and Pierre. Right, and I spoke about the seamers earlier, Seals, Anderson Phillip, and Justin Graves will be helping out. So, basically the same playing 11 that I had for the first game. And similar to what Darren Sammy and his captain chose for the first game, except, I have Anderson Phillip playing for Yuan Lane. As I said, I like him as a player. I think he has a bright future. But at a time like this, not saying that Anderson Phillip going to bowl him down or whatever, but I'm thinking, you're going a little bit more experience to see how it works. But I don't know if it really even matter my viewers and subscribers, but that is basically how I am thinking I would do the playing 11. So comment section is yours. You can let me know your thoughts. Big up.